Hello everyone. That was Body Snatchers. I guess you can call it Bone Thieves, or like Body Thieves, whatever. It's from Radiohead, and it's awesome. It's my favorite song from Radiohead, no question. And like it's S tier, and closing the S tier is like Paranoid Android, just a little bit below this one, but this one is like, oh god, it's so good. Anyway, hello Solero and everyone else. The last episode of Ruby, interesting. Yeah, I had no idea about that. You have silence tweet. Okay, I see. Yeah, my Twitter, I pretty much every time something big happens, big quote unquote in terms of internet, I just don't see it. I'm like internet blind or something. Because every time there's either controversy, spoilers, or whatever shit, I just don't see it. So I don't have to silence anything. I just don't see it. I don't know why. It's a weird property of myself. I think it's for the better. But I have no idea. Anyway, can you hear the music? I have background music, I think. Is it like too loud or not? Mute tags or counts, I see. Is it too low? Can increase it. That might be too loud. Loud and low are very similar. Yes. I have my playlist. It's not just Celeste, but it starts with this one because it's a great track. Yeah, I should have done the test before, but you know. Really? Oh, I see. Could it be because you heard our episode on Celeste or not? Because we put this one. It's pretty good. And Emma was saying that it's kind of similar to Sonic. Like Sonic genre of music, if that's a genre. No, it's pretty good. Like, you shouldn't worry about that in particular. It's not that hard. And the game, the thing is, the difficulty of the game goes pretty well with, it's balanced out with the fact that it has very good, like checkpoints and all that. So it has very good balance in that sense. Unlike, let's say, I don't know, like old NES games, where you have like a couple of continues and then you call it a day. Anyway, well, you don't have to play on stream. Let's start with that. I didn't play it on stream, and I'm glad I didn't. Alright, so Slingshot Collection. I have a bunch of slingshots. Nah, you shouldn't worry about that, Solar. So, let's see. I made this an incentive. I started making incentives instead of just channel points, because I think this way people are more incentivized in that way. But the thing is, yeah, so the first incentive is my Slingshot Collection. I have 5, 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. I can't count. Why I can't count? This is okay, I think it's 6. It's just that everything's a mess here in my desk. You can't see it, but it's there. So by slingshots, I kind of I've always been a fan of weapons, okay? Always, since I was a kid, because of video games, really. And yeah, I'm just a fan of them. I don't like the destruction nature of weapons in real life, but in fantasy, I like just having strong weapons. It's the contradiction of the human being. And I like slingshots. The cool thing about slingshots is that you can make them yourself. You don't really need to buy anything. And that makes it a very basic weapon where you can have fun with and all that shit. Unlike, let's say, a bow, which is kind of hard to make. Because the big difference between the slingshot and the bow is that the slingshot puts the force into the string or the rubber. So that's what gets stretched and gets the force, whereas the bow puts the strength on the wood or the arc, whatever, and then the string doesn't have any like elastic energy, so you need a good piece of wood or plastic or something to make it work, and that's hard to find, plus they're bigger. Whereas a slingshot, the only thing you need is rubber, nothing else. And I bet a lot of you were familiar with this, the most basic slingshot ever, right? I think we all experienced this, at least my Chilean comrades. I don't know about the foreign, but the Chilean comrades I probably experienced this in the school. With the, I would call the standard ammunition on school. I don't know about your school, but in my school it was standard. This is what I call a moth. So it's a piece of paper. This one has a little bit of, it's like masking tape, but that doesn't matter. Just a piece of paper works. Extremely non-lethal, just annoying, and kids used to do this all the time. And so you can like shoot it like this. I won't shoot it here because I have a whole lot of stuff. But this was like the most archaic kind of slingshot that you can make out of nothing. And then people also used to throw the rubber itself like this, for example. Or there's some more tricky, intricate techniques that I don't quite remember actually. But it was some sort of technique like this, I think. Something like that. And this finger would be the trigger. And so you leave it and it would go like this. It was some tricky and interesting stuff. Yeah, let's yeah, the bullying. I always use this shit for self-defense because I was fighting against bullying. Against bullying directed to me. So this was a good means of defense for me. So, okay, so before we go into the actual slingshots, I already showed you some ammo. I'll show you the catcher. So this is my catcher. What a catcher is basically, it's a place with a target where you're going to shoot. You want to have a catcher, probably, unless you're like shooting on open spaces and like you don't really care about where the things go. But usually having a catcher is a very good idea. So I made this one myself. It's just a box, really, but it has some interesting stuff inside. So I have some targets. Don't really care about this just yet. But yeah, you can like hang targets on this, like this piece of like what's it called? Like I forgot the thingy. Carton. paper thingy. And there's like smaller targets. Cardboard, there you go. But the most important part about the catcher is, of course, the size. So if you fail one of your shots, the ammo will land somewhere in the catcher. And then this here, these are pieces of clothing. So this is like a jeans, like an old jeans I had. Just cut it down. And they're all hanging from the ceiling. And the objective of this is to absorb the kinetic energy of the ammo. So the thing goes here, it loses all the kinetic energy and it goes down, and then you can collect the ammo down here. Because if you have like just let's say this is a wall or something and you shoot into it, like you're gonna have some recoil and that can damage something else. That's what you want to capture. So yeah, we're gonna put the catcher on a different spot. on the background. Just there. And we're gonna start looking for the slingshots. Okay, so security glasses are always important. Very important for slingshots. And I don't know how much shooting I'm gonna do. Not sure. I don't even know if this is legal. I don't really care. But well, that said, none of this is lethal. So I think it's inside the rules. It should be. So this is my most basic slingshot. Again, like I said before, all of these were made handmade and by me. I haven't bought any of this, like done entirely. It's basically recycled material plus I bought some of the rubbers, I guess. So these are like several pieces of different plastics. Parts of things that I don't even remember what they are, honestly. Yeah. And yeah, like wire to grab it out, and this is like what is the name of this thing? The thing you used to on your shoes, like shoes latches, something like that. Lasses, I think. Maybe shoe lasses. I don't know, but those. Should practice my English before this stream. But it's very simple, and it's the most simple one because it's just made to put rubber on it. Like this is a stronger rubber than the other one. It's a little bit wider. So you can replace the rubber like extremely easy. So it's the most simple one. It doesn't have any firepower or anything. It's just like a basically an alternative way of the hand, you know. And of course with this you can shoot mods ammo. Just put it on the center and you can shoot it. It's really as simple as that, really. There's nothing crazy about that. So, I felt really bad then. And you hear my my guitar. So yeah, something about this, it has very bad accuracy. I think it's because it's how it's tuned or something about it. It actually has worse accuracy than your own hand most of the time. I think it's because of how the force is done. It's not a good slingshot, but I don't care. I just make it. That's the most simple one. Get that out of the way. And let's go for the next one. So this one is a little bit more advanced. And also several parts of different stuff. So here it is. Oh, I thought I saw something. Like a ghost or something. Oh, I think it's my hair. Yeah, it's my hair. That's fine. Just not used to have this here with big glasses. So just like the other one, random pieces of plastic plus a pencil for the structural, like, yeah. And then these are pieces of scissors, exactly, yeah. Everything tied together with a little bit of glue, like super power glue, and wires, plus the lasses. That's just for commodity on the hand. And so slingshots are handed. So you see the wrap here. It's not very noticeable on this one, but you see the curve is on this side. Like it's more noticeable if you do a stronger slingshot. You want to grab it from this side, that way. It's like the opposite of what you would do on, let's say, on guns, I guess. Like on guns, I think it goes the other way. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. It goes the other way on something. Maybe on swords. But the thing is, it's because the force goes the other way. Something like that. I don't really remember the reason. But a professional can tell you that this is the good way to have the handle. No, it's very stiff. And this one, because it has these holes, allows for easy replacement on the rubber. Like, you can circle this thing around here and take it out, and then just put another one. And this thing right here, this rubber, this is actually from a bra. These are from, I think, 2 bras that were very old, and I just put it on the Slingshot. Now, of course, because of that, it doesn't have a lot of power, honestly. You see, it barely extends. Like, almost nothing. So it doesn't have a lot of power. But it's good enough. I like how it looks. And the pouch is a little bit larger. So, since this has actually a pouch, so the other one didn't have a pouch. A pouch is where you put the ammo. So, this part right here. And that always needs to be disconnected from the rubber. And it has to be some strong, like, clothing. And that's to put ammo. So, what is my ammo? It's just paper, really. Again, extremely non-lethal. Just wrap paper. This one in particular has masking tape, just for structural purposes. Non-lethal at all. And then you can just put it there and shoot. Let's see. Just that. You see how bad I am? This thing is like extremely close. But I think it's actually better that I don't shoot the target, so it goes inside. Yeah, this is just paper. So yeah, that's for the second one. So now third one. Oh, so give me a second here. Okay. So this one is actually my oldest one. This one I have it from, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. Like, all the others are more modern, like way more modern, like just a couple of years ago. But this one is really, really old. It has suffered a lot of transformations though. Like many iterations of this. Many kinds of rubber too, through the different years. Yeah, a little bit. And it's just wire, nothing else. Like, no, not even wire, it's like, how do you say it? Alambre? Hang on. I lost it. Yeah, it's wire. Yeah, okay. But it's not electrical wire, you know? It's like strong wire. Yo, no, how you doing? So the idea of this one is that you don't use it as the other one, as a handle this way, but instead you put it this way. So you put your hand here, and then there, and then it goes like this. And this little thing is kind of like a glove, if you want. It takes the force of it, so it helps a little bit here. It is the absolute best wheelie music. Yes, I agree with that. Now, the thing about this is actually a very bad design, okay? So here's where I told young Pandora to learn something about biomechanics. Even while it's very good looking, I like the concept of this. It's very cool. Let's see, there. Because you go like this, and you can go like sideways, for example. Shooting sideways is very common on slingshots, okay? But the thing is, you don't want to twist your arm. So what this design is doing, to shoot sideways, you need to like twist your arm, and then you're doing force like this on the arm, and this is very bad for your arm and your wrist. Like, really, really bad. So this is what is called like I think a bracer slingshot or something, because it has this protection. The best bracer is the one that actually has a handle, and you can handle it like this, more or less. And then you just go like this. So there's no twisting on the arm. And then if you're putting a lot of force here, it's totally fine. And these are like probably the strongest slingshots, the ones that have bracers. So yeah. And of course you can not twist this arm, but instead shoot like this. But then this arm, it's in a very bad position for the shooting. You can like barely do anything. It's super awkward. But yeah, it's still cool. It looks cool. And again, paper ammunition, because the pouch is kind of small. So is that. And this rubber is also from a bra. Just recycled bra that I got rid at some point. So I always like, I usually don't throw my clothes to the garbage. Like I usually reuse them for something else. Pretty much like the pouch, for example. This pouch was from a jeans. Yeah. And yeah, but it's a cool design. Just not very ergonomic, let's say. And now we got to the cool stuff. So, what should we go first? Let's see. Yeah, I guess I can go with this one first. So, this one. What the fuck is this shit? Any ideas of where you're looking here? Like, how is this a slingshot? Like, look at the pouch. It's just wire, right? Yeah, a little bit. You handle it like this, and so you shoot like this. It's for utility, kinda. This is an arrow slingshot. That's what it is. So you don't shoot paper with this. You shoot arrows. This is just like, these are not real arrows, by the way. This is like what you use for, like you're an architect. You see architects when they do their small thingies, small buildings. They build with some, I don't know how these are called. But yeah, these are like very, they can't do anything. They can't penetrate any kind of flesh or anything. And just masking tape for to be stable on the air. Like just a little bit here helps to be stable. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna switch the target to something that maybe I can show you. Let's see, where is this? Oh, here. Alright, let's see if this works. Again, I'm shooting from extremely close, and I'm actually not using a whole lot of power on purpose. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so it doesn't have a pouch like the slingshots, like the normal slingshots. Instead, it has this thing that I don't remember the name, either in Spanish or English, but is what is used for arrows. So on like modern bows and stuff. Let me go for this one. So the idea here is that you insert the thing here, and then the arrow goes here. So can't quite see it, but it's basically there, and then you grab it like this, and this is enough to shoot it, you know. And this is more like effective than a pouch for arrows. I don't exactly know why. I can't tell you, but I know it is. I just believe them. And so you have this form, and then this can only go as far as the arrow goes, you know, like there, for example. So I have to do this rubber and measure this rubber with the length of the arrows I need to use. Okay, that's like the idea. And then this just has some lines on the plastic so the arrow doesn't go away. So yeah, let's shoot one. Why not? I'm ready for failure. There you go. So again, that's like what's the name of that? Plumavit? I don't know how you call that in English, but basically what it's normally like inside boxes when you buy stuff. That plastic that sounds very awful when you put the nail on it. It is like, it's terrible. But yeah, it's that. So everything penetrates that. What I'm trying to say, that's not lethal at all. And yeah, this is made from like these are pieces of an old knife, the handle, and strong glue for some pieces of plastic, polystyrene. Yeah, that. And then yeah, just latches for commodity on the hand. And this is like relatively strong rubber, actually. We're getting into strong territory here. But it's pretty short, and it's just single rubber. If you want more power, you go for double rubber or stuff like that. And yeah, all of this is recycled, just bullshit. Like, for example, these parts here that are on top of it, these were from like, I think I bought like a piece of cloth sometime, or maybe pantyhoses that had something like this on it for some reason. I don't know. And yeah, there's like the other arrows aren't that different. They just have like a different head. But yeah, I just have different arrows for different purposes. Alright, just 2 more to go. So let's go for probably my favorite one. Should I put my favorite one at the end or right now? I guess it doesn't matter really. But this is like, I think the other one is my favorite one in terms of how weird it is, and this is my favorite one in terms of how much it took me to make it. So this one I did it from pretty much zero, and it's made of wood. I carved most of this. Okay, so you see that there's the handle there, and all of this was carved from a longer piece, and then this part was carved. It's a different piece that is like glued together and with a nail and all that, and this is another piece, and it even says Pandora. I don't think you can see it, but but yeah, I burn it down to write that. And yeah, these parts are from toys, actually. These metal parts, toys called Mecano here in Chile. I don't know if they're anywhere else. They're like construction toys where you can make like structures of metal and stuff. So I use them, and these like things here don't have any particular use. There was an idea at some point to switch grip. I think it's called grip. Basically, there's several kinds of gripping on a slingshot. This is like the standard grip, like this. And then there's the fork, which is when you do this instead. And it really depends on the form of the slingshot. And that was the idea for this thing. But the thing is, these aren't too stiff. So I really can't do a lot of force here. Otherwise, I'm going to like break these things. And the other idea was to do like a protection at some point. Some slingshots put protection on the front, like shield, to avoid damage, because every time you shoot, these things can go back and can end up damaging your arms or something if you shoot a very strong slingshot, let's say. That's why you should always wear gloves too, but I lost my gloves. And besides, I'm not shooting like strong right now. But yeah, this have a bigger pouch too. And it goes like this, so it doesn't go like this. The idea is that you go around like that, and then like that. And so it has like a little bit of extra power because of this. Like you're giving it more elastic power. And there's like models. At some point I wanted to make a model like that, where the extension goes beyond, like up to here, and it goes all the way like this, and then it goes back, and you can basically duplicate your elastic power up to a very strong one. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the target because this thing can actually be reflected on that target. I just want to get inside of the catcher with this one. And yeah, this pouch is like big enough to throw some small stones, but we won't do that, of course. And it also goes like pretty far away. Like you can go even farther than this. But I won't go that far away, just for demonstration. Like, without ammo here, you can actually hear like how intense it can sound if I go maximum leverage. Like that. You see it's very strong. But there, I'm not shooting anything there, by the way. But yeah, this can go like very far away actually. But yeah, when you can hear a slingshot, is usually a good slingshot, in my opinion. That's probably my favorite one. But this might be my most intricate one, I guess. And this one actually has a name. It's called the Baphomet. Because it looks like... Not quite, but I kind of feel like it looks like a Baphomet if you put it this way. Like a little bit, you know, it has the horns, kinda. And like the eyes and the face of the Baphomet, but not quite. It's just, I'm weird, okay? But yeah, the thing about this one is, so it's made of metal, most of it. Some mechano parts to put it together, and these metal parts actually, you can barely see them, but these are from like, okay, Saler, you're gonna help me here. Limpio parabrisas. You know, the things to like clean your windows in your car. Let's see. Wiper washer? Windshield. Windshield wiper, something like that, I guess. Resortera? Yeah, you can say resortera, or in Chile people usually say onda. Resortera is more of a Spanish, I would say. And yeah, it has like very intricate wrapping to make it comfortable for the hands. And this is always like fork grip for this one. You gotta grab it like this, you know, like this way. You cannot grab it like this or something like that. That is really wrong for your hand because you have a lot of torque there. And even like this is like very uncomfortable. you gotta go fork with this one. So it's like that. And yeah, has the strongest rubber of my pack. This is like, it's a material that is usually used to grab stuff on top of your car, for example. Like, I don't know, when you're moving a piece of furniture somewhere else or something, you would grab it with this. And it's like, I actually have to cut it to put it with the pouch, you know? And I find out that this thing is actually made of a lot of small rubbers. Let's see if the camera helps with the focus. Let's see. Yeah, it's not focusing, but you gotta believe me that these are a lot of very small rubbers, like put together. See, I can show you one like that. So this is a rubber made out of rubbers, and it's very strong. And it has a special feature too, which is this thing down here. It just happened, I just happened to have this thing that kind of fit there, this piece of plastic. And I also happen to have this light, and it fits. For some reason, it just fits. I can just put it here, like that. And now I have a light on my slingshot. So now I can blind you with my slingshot while I shoot. Or I can shoot in the dark, I guess. Let's see. You can't see a thing, right? But there it is, there's the target. There's the catcher. No. I'm trying to show you where the catcher is. But I can't really do it with my position. Imagine seeing. Yeah, I couldn't shoot. Really? So yeah, again, not shooting with like a lot of power here. I'm going like super small in the power to prevent accidents. Because in general, you don't want to shoot indoors. That's why I'm shooting with the least power possible. And because this thing actually has a lot of power, and you can tell kind of by the sound and by how much I can extend it, like that. What's going on with this light? So again, if it sounds, it's usually good, like that. No, that was bad aiming. I'm like 1 meter away from the thing. An actual target shooting is like several meters. But yeah, those are my slingshots, and to finish, I guess I can show you some of the ammo I have. So now I can take out my security glasses and just go no glasses, I guess. Or normal glasses, why not? Thanks. So yeah, these are some of my ammo. There. I wanna move the camera, honestly. But yeah, so these are the mods. This is your standard, everyday school ammo to fight against bullying. These are strong mods. They're bigger caliber, I guess. None of these are lethal, again. But these are bigger. You can go almost as big as you want with mods. And then the normal paper balls. This like medium-sized purple ball and big-sized purple ball. And then there's the lethal stuff. We won't go into the little stuff, okay? But this basically like, you can use stones, of course. And there is other ways to do some like semi-lethal ammo with like aluminum paper, for example, like this one. So it's not exactly lethal, but it's stronger than paper. And yeah, I haven't used this one, by the way. This is a golf ball. This a friend gave me this because when I was like very into slingshots, he told me, "Hey, I have this. Maybe it's useful for you." Sure, I've never used it because I don't have a pouch for this. This is too big. I would need to make a slingshot, especially for this, if I want to use it with like a very strong pouch. Yeah, pretty much. And this is the most dangerous I have. But it's also the most interesting. So, do you know what this is? If you know what this is, you are very old. And you can tell that I am very old because of this. I'm gonna give you a clue. This is the clue. Yeah, exactly. So again, if you know what it is, you're very old. Yeah, but in the past, mouses have balls. They didn't have lasers. They just have a ball in below, and with that moving around, that would move the mouse in your screen, you know. I think one of these niches, yeah. Yeah. So I don't remember how I got this. Probably from an old mouse that died or something. These are very strong and very dangerous. Okay? Don't use these against people. Because they're like rubber. It's like strong rubber, and inside of it, I think it has metal. Just because of the weight of it, it definitely looks like metal. Or like feels like metal inside. Very dangerous. Don't do it. SNES mouse? Was that really a thing? I had no idea that was a thing. But yeah, so that's the Slingshot collection. I hope you like it. There's more collections and more stuff in the future. I have a lot of stuff in my room. A lot of interesting stuff. And yeah, I think I kind of got obsessed with the Slingshot at some point, like a couple years ago. Probably because of the Slingshot channel, which is just a random channel about slingshots in YouTube. But I kind of got interested because of how easy it is to make one. Like it is really easy to make one. Like you can get rubber anywhere, and you just need any piece of anything will make it. As long as you take the security, of course. Because it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. It was with Mario Paint. Oh, I see. It's interesting. I've never heard of it. The closest thing I've heard of was the GameCube controller that is like a keyboard that is like massive. Closest thing. You had one, but you had to sell it. Oh, it sucks. Do you actually had to sell it, or did you just sell it because you wanted money? Because I did that with my SNES, and I regret until now. Okay, you didn't have to. You choose to do it, just like me. Okay. Shame on us. Nah, it's fine.